Hello dear viewers, welcome back to your channel. This is Maverick here with episode 3 of the Misfit of Demon King Academy. So last episode we were introduced to a new character, Sasha, who happens to be the sister of Misha, and well, long story short, they're getting along now even though they didn't get along before, and Sasha apparently has a thing for our protagonist, Anos, or perhaps she's just impressed by his strength, right? Now personally, even though things do seem a little bit rushed, I don't think it's that big of a deal because, I mean, if it helps the pacing pick up and gets to the fun stuff, I think I am okay with it, considering, I'm not exactly going into this with very high expectations, right? As long as things are entertaining and fun, I think that is enough. And we do know that, in terms of Sasha, there's probably some more backstory that's waiting for us. Probably some kind of family troubles or whatnot that's eventually going to have to be resolved by Anos, so perhaps that's what we're going to see in this episode. Beyond that, though, I'm still waiting to see how the series actually presents a reputable challenge to Anos, considering he is so overpowered that really he can do whatever he wants, right? So, still waiting to see how they actually throw some curveballs our way. Let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. That's the Yasashi attack. Well, you have to work after the beat. Technically, can these be considered Anos's descendants 2,000 years removed? Hmm. Alright, so I guess we're getting a little bit more backstory between these two sisters. I mean, what caused such a big change of heart all of a sudden? Sasha? Right, don't question it. Don't question it. Let's go, let's go. Oof. This is such a long title here, if you include the subtitle as well. So if the way things are with this opening, I'm thinking perhaps all the story... Well, no, there's 2 or 3 more other girls as well. Though it seems the main 2 are still these 2. A Song of Fire and Ice. Whoop. Sasha's true intentions. See? Or instantly. Okay, so her birthday is tomorrow, so probably something is going to be decided on her birthday, right? Let me guess. It's gonna be married off? Or something? He wants to keep these two first. Okay, so probably, but if he is gonna get some more teammates, it's gonna be the named ones, right? Actual characters. He's actually already here. Wait. So did they actually survive for 2,000 years? Oh, it's a Necron. Well, do you remember him? Or is this a fake? Lost? Well, that's convenient. Okay, so I guess something did happen in the past. His memories are actually sealed, is what I'm guessing. So Annis is probably gonna have to go around, round time locally. Avos still heavier. Hmm. So did someone actually... Maybe there is some deeper conspiracy? Yeah. I wonder if the hero actually did that. I mean, this does seems to be like a lich of some sorts. Okay. Hmm.
あなたの範囲の落とし物です。渡しておいてください。どっちだ？サーシャさんではない方です。妙な言い回しをするな。まあいい。渡しておく。
So I guess Misha's kind of looked down upon for some reason.
落とし物だ。
ありがとう。
How do you drop your badge?
入学試験の日に落とした手紙だな。
親代わりをしてくれた人から。
読まないのか？
お守りだから。残念だけど私にはどうしようもないわ。
ですがサーシャ様、あの不適合者全く取り合う気がないんです。大体サーシャ様は良いのですか？あんな不適合者の範囲のままで。
それに話は終わりよ。
Okay, so our eyes are eyes of destruction.
ほら、さっさと行きましょう。
ダンジョン試験ではデルゾゲードの迷宮に挑みます。班ごとにダンジョンに置かれた魔法具や武器、防具などを集め、その得点を競います。手に入れたアイテムの所有権は班リーダーが有します。それでは始めてください。
Alright. I'm guessing Yanis is probably going to gather some equipment that were his originally.
祭壇に備えられた王爵を手に入れれば
Yeah.
満点評価をもらえるのだろう。焦ることはない。
そうだけど絶対に無理だわ。最下層には教師だって言ったことがないんだもの。地下に王爵があるっていう伝承があるだけ。
No, it's there.
ガイズを強化する
He probably put it there, right?
始祖が作った魔王の杖と言われているわ。
それならある。
また適当なこと言って。どうしてわかる？
I put it there.
ここは俺の城だ。
試験には魔物が配置されてるって聞いたけど、先に入った生徒が倒しちゃってるし、こんなのんびり進んでていいのかしら。
誕生日の件だが、最下層の宝物庫に良いものがある。まだ残っていたらお前にやろう。
本当？
ああ、ミーシャの分も見繕ってよ。誕生日はいつだ？
明日。
Oh.
そうなのか。
Hmm.
いくつになる？
15。私の分はいらない。
遠慮はいらぬ。
明日は。ちょっと早く来なさいよ。何よ、ここ行き止まりじゃない。
ああ、隠し通路だ。
え？マガンで見ても何もないわよ。
対策してるからな。隠し通路だ。早く来い。
これ隠し通路っていうの？感情。こんなところがあるなんて。
最下層はこの奥だ。
Hey, and there they are.
これって太陽の光。
日光と月光が外から取り込める作りになっている。
この部屋、魔法のための触媒になってるわね。自然魔法陣発動のためかしら。
よくわかったな。
Yeah, I think Anno should probably assume that everything has been changed before. And probably those that were supposed to recognize them can't.
どうやって中に入るのよ。
頭を使え。壊そうと考えるから行き詰まる。魔法が効かぬなら。
Just raw strength is enough. I mean, that's what happened last episode as well, right? She concentrated so much on the anti-magic barriers that she failed to account for the physical kind of stuff.
あれって、王爵？
これで満点は確実だな。
触ってもいいかしら。
ああ。ミーシャ。
Is it gonna be possessed or something?
この中からサーシャに似合うものを選ぶといい。
あれがいい。
不死鳥の包囲か。身にまとったものに不死なる炎の恩恵をもたらす代物。
Immortal flames.
なら私
Oh yeah, we did see Sasha was the one using fire, right? Misha's the ice one.
指輪。
ハスハ氷の指輪だ。
Ah,
その霊気は
so that's what Misha's gonna use. That's the ice.
この指輪はお前を呼んでいるらしい。欲しいか？
大丈夫。どこ行ってたのよ。
悪かったな。心細かったか？
心配してたの。
いいのか？
I mean,
サーシャ、
this is kind of.
誕生日だから。私、何にも用意してないわ。
They're both actually from Anos, but. Alright.
ありがとう、ミシャ。すごく嬉しいわ。一生大事にするからね。着てみてもいいかしら。レディーが着替えるのよ。
まったく手間をかけさせる。
喜んでもらえた。アナスのおかげ。
Alright, come on.
お前だ。
Let's fast forward this. They're really cheesy here.
何笑ってるの？嬉しいから。
And come on, girl, it's not like you have to remove anything
嬉しい日。
to wear it. Why did he have to.
本当によかった。
Don't question it. Don't question it.
あら、もう出てきちゃったの？
Hmm. What?
何の真似だ、サーシャ。
男なんて単純ね。ちょっとキスしてあげたぐらいでコロッと騙されるんだもの。全部ダンジョン試験で1位になるためのお芝居に決まってるじゃない。この私が本当にこんなガラクタ人形と仲良くしたいとでも思った？誕生日プレゼントなんて本当にヘドが出るわ。あら、まだ生きてるの？しつこいわね。
大した女優だな、サーシャ。だが、裏切るにしてはどうも手ぬるい。やるならミーシャは殺し、細切れにして、一つずつ岩の中に。
Seriously.
それを世界中にばらまいて、ようやく序の口だ。
Now, this guy knows what he's talking about.
目を撫でた程度のいたずらで、何か生きがっている。腑に落ちぬな。そいつを持ち帰ったところで、所有権はハンリーダーの俺にあるはずだが。
ゼクトを破棄するわ。
できぬはずだが、興味深いな。
そんな余裕があるのかしら。その子、放っておいたら死ぬわよ。
ほう、死なせたくないと言っているように聞こえてしまうな。
何を言ってるのあなた。いい？それはね、私に利用されるためだけに生まれてきたの。使うだけ使ってボロ雑巾のように捨てられる。
Alright. Come on, save us the monologue. Anos, just slap her already.
最後だから言っておくわ。私ね、何度騙されたってそうやって信じてくるあなたのいい子ぶりっ子なところが虫唾走るくらいに大嫌いだったわ。
お前の目は正直だな。サーシャ、ただで済むとは思っていないだろうな。
レント、
条件付けの魔法か。お前に手を出すとナイフが深く刺さる仕組みだな。
この子がどうなってもいいの？いくらあなたでも魔法障壁を壊してミーシャの傷を治すのに10秒はかかるでしょ。それだけあれば逃げるには十分だわ。レントは発動したはずなのに、なんで傷が。
倒れたミーシャを見た時点で治癒は済ませた。お前が見ていたのは俺が作った幻だ。破滅の魔眼は感情が高ぶった時に発動するのだろう。喜びが溢れ出たのなら誕生日と言われた直後のはずだ。しかし実際に魔眼が発動したのは包囲を受け取った時。おそらくここでミーシャを刺すと決めたのだろう。それに先ほどはあれほどミーシャを蔑んでおきながら魔眼は一度たりとも発動することはなかった。つまりお前は冷静だった。この上なく冷静に演技をしていたのだ。さて、本心を聞かせてもらおうか。
待って。許してあげて。
許すのは構わぬがな。洗いざらい話してもらった方がいいと思うぞ。
ダメ。サーシャ、近寄らないで。ミーシャ、
Come on, Misha.
本当にバカね。
Even if you
この瞬間に後悔するといいわ。
even if you do love your sister, you still need to beat some sense into her sometimes.
聞かせてくれるか、お前のことを。
知りたい。
言いたくないか。
言いたくなかった。でもアノスは友達、それに優しい。あと7時間16秒。
Until her birthday, right?
絶対に。15歳の誕生日午前0時に私は消える。
魔法人形と呼ばれていたことと関係はあるのか。
魔法人形というのは正しくない。ミーシャネクロンはもともとこの世界には存在しない。
Okay, I guess it's sort of like a split that came out of Sasha. Huh. Alright, anyways, that's it for now. See you guys after this. Alrighty, so I'm glad that we're quickly getting the Sasha and Misha storyline out of the way, because that is more of an introductory storyline here. Anyways, but I think by now it should, of course, all the details aren't out there yet, but we can presume that Sasha is the true heir, the true daughter that was born into the family, and through some sort of circumstances, Misha was eventually split from her in a sort of way. My best guess right now is it might have something to do with her demonic eyes of destruction. Perhaps that power is too powerful for her as an infant, and so that is why they sort of siphoned off some of that power and created Misha instead as a sort of as a sort of limiter for her, if you will. And then now that she's going to come of age at age of 15, which is on par to course for I guess medieval styled settings. 15 is about the age that you become recognized as an adult. So once she becomes an adult, Misha is no longer needed, and so she just disappears, perhaps merging back with Sasha there, right? At least that's what I'm thinking is the situation here. As for Sasha acting all all cold and whatnot towards Misha, I think well, we do know, especially in this episode, that she cares very much about Misha, right? And she's obviously trying to save her now that she's got the scepter and she's got the robe and whatnot. She believes that she can do something about all this. With that being said, though, I am wondering, like, throughout these years, has this always been her intention all along? And if that was the case, why did she have to act so cold towards Misha in the first place? I am thinking that perhaps she was trying to actively harm the relationship against each other, so that maybe Misha could be a little bit more selfish, and instead of being so how can I say it, so forgiving, if you will, of Sasha, and obeying to her every desire, if you will, because she definitely strikes me as a person who has no wants, right? She only wishes the best for Sasha, which I guess in this case you can kind of understand. If she was born from her in the first place, they were never two separate entities, if you will. But obviously Sasha doesn't want that. So it might be a case where she was trying to either provoke Misha into actually saying that she wanted to live on, or perhaps it was a case where Sasha felt that she was unable to do anything, and so wanted to basically make it so the two were on bad relationships with each other, so she wouldn't really feel anything when Misha eventually disappeared, right? At least, I think that makes a pretty reasonable storyline so far. And then, of course, I'm expecting next episode for Anos to come in and fix everything. He probably does have the power to do that. I mean, the scepter and the robe are both his, after all, right? So, who knows? And then, of course, later on, Sasha probably is going to hold on to the robe because she has fire magic, and then Misha is going to be the one who holds onto the ring because she has ice magic. And then we got a little kind of situation here. If my guess is correct, and the existence of Misha is sort of like a sort of storage, if you will, for Sasha's latent magical powers or whatnot, perhaps it's going to require Anos to utilize his power to stabilize the power between Sasha and Misha and all that, and that is how they can truly separate and become two separate entities and true sisters to each other. Alright, so that's all that, right? And honestly, to be honest, I'm not all that interested in that storyline. I think that is just sort of getting the character stories out of the way. I'm just waiting for Anos to kick ass next episode through some sort of way, right? But even more than that, I'm much more interested in the entire backstory that we have right now, especially in this case where it seems that something has definitely been lost in translation, in transition through these 2,000 years, and it might have been deliberate, right? So we do see that his 7 subordinates are apparently all living right now as well, 2,000 years later. So I assume that once we're finished with Sasha and Misha's story arc, we're going to go around and start trying to meet with all the different 7 subordinates and trying to figure out like what exactly happened 2,000 years ago. To the best of my best guess right now, again taking a stab in the dark here, is that perhaps someone did not want Anos to regain his his armies, his subordinates or whatnot, once he was resurrected, perhaps in fear of him trying to take over the world or something like that. That would be a pretty reasonable conclusion to that. Otherwise, it could also be a case where one of his subordinates is trying to usurp his position and become the Demon King themselves, right? That's also a very common trope for these sort of Demon King stylized stories and whatnot, so I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case either. So, in any case, Anos is going to have a much harder time to gain back his title and position as it is, so he probably doesn't really want to go out in like a full-out war also, and it's not even all that smart to begin with. Definitely trying to figure out what actually happened in the past is probably more important, especially in this case where somebody is actually strong enough to completely rewrite the memories of his subordinates and whatnot, completely rewrite the world's memories. That's probably one powerful foe, right? Perhaps not quite on par with Anos. If that person was, then they would have clashed already, right? It's there's definitely a reason why this other person is using these more underhanded methods to take care of the situation, but probably definitely not a force to take lightly here. So anyways, really looking forward to more of that story. And like I said, I just hope that in the next episode we can quickly get Misha and Sasha's story over with. You know, they can become the loyal subordinates to Anos. We can watch Anos kick some ass, and then we can get to the real story and help Anos regain his throne. So there we go. That's it for episode 3 of the Misfit of Demon King Academy. Hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys next week. Bye bye.